Hi gang, it is 54 minutes past 12 and we were going early. Going to Falkirk. Hello and welcome to the channel. Fucking hell. Right, so it's it must be about 1 o'clock in the morning. Right, so I've spent too much time arguing with this complete dumpling. So this guy, I think there's, you get people that, so he's sort of like trying to make out I'm trying to be clever and everything, and well, I am trying to be clever. I think you should try and be clever. You should further your intellect. You know, I think we all should. You know, so we should strive for better and try to be clever, intelligent, more intelligent than what we were before, by asking questions and by having an inquiring mind. And this guy is, for some, well, it's because I've questioned Robert the Bruce, and this guy, he's maybe never had anybody that's questioned anything like that before. You know, so, and I do get it. It's a bit provocative. Robert the Bruce, you know, so Robert the Bruce was part of the nobles, the top tier of society. This was 700 years ago, you know, and so he's sort of been, I suppose, been appropriated by Scottish nationalists. I think has happened here in Stirling, and is what's actually happened. So generally, he's dead. He's been dead for 700 years. I don't know when he died. The Battle of Bannockburn was that 1314. So if he died, what, 20 or 30 years after that, or 20 years, so that's going to be about 680 years ago or something. He died. You know. So, I mean, you shouldn't be scared to have an inquiring mind or have opinions, sort of opinionated, you know, and really look at what I was doing when I did that video. It sort of happened. I'm looking at how we're all getting done over by Robert the Bruce. Well, Robert the Bruce. So he was a Norman overlord, you know, and that's you know, the hero of the independence movement. They appropriated him, you know, and he sort of, I'm totally sure the whole history of it, but I think he managed to stay in power and do some kind of deal with, you know, the English king at the time. Was unlike, well, what happened to William Wallace was quite different. So when exactly was William Wallace? I can't remember actually. Was that before that? I think it must have been roughly around the same time. I think before. I need to look that up actually. So, you know, it's Scottish history, and I've got every right to critique it as anyone else has. So this guy really, he started off by, the only thing so right, you could say, well, why are you bothering with some idiot like that? Well, it's for the algorithms, you know. I mean, and it's for footfall and traffic, and it's a bit of fun, and I can hone in my skills at writing, typing, and maybe I'm being a bit cruel with the guy, you know, because he's not mentally up for it. Well, I mean, it's like I don't mind people that are simple. People are simple are alright, but not when they're being arseholes, you know, which is what he's doing. You know, be simple, but it's basically because he can't. Like a lot of people, they don't. I found out when I'm arguing about the nurse and the doctor in Kirkcaldy. Nobody actually. I was going to say very few, but none of them have ever articulated what they really think. You know, and what. So I've got to like articulate it for them, and what they really. And because they don't understand the system, because they've just seen a report on a paper and they're just listening to what they're just reading that. They're not evaluating it or doing any of their own research. So what with the doctor thing and the nurse, it was really a kind of, they really want the Gender Recognition Act repealed, I think, is what people what would appear, because it's because of the manifestations of that act they're not happy with, and that's this notion that there's these men floating around women's toilets. That's the fear, or it's the fear that they're spreading. That there's these men floating around these so-called safe spaces, and they're not safe spaces. But you know, the whole thing is the people that are commenting on this. Like, there's nobody put an intelligent position. They've not explained their position in an intelligent manner, and they haven't done any research, and they just don't want to know. But again, they're quite happy to stick their neb in, you know, and get in there. The moon's out tonight, without doing any research or having any understanding of any of it. You know, it's nuts. And it's very common. It's very disappointing that this guy, I've really offended him, I think. Yeah. But instead of saying, look, I think he's just calling me names and everything, and like just being rude and obnoxious. So basically what I try to do with the comments, I try not to engage emotionally with people. You know, I try to keep it like a barrier up, so that way you can sort of cope with trolls and stalkers, because you'll get. I mean, I think they're around, and the internet is a great place for them, because they can be stalkery and trolly, whereas they can't actually do that, you know, in real life. They can sort of do it, but not to the extent. They don't get a free run like they do on the internet. It's so much fun for them on the internet. And they can come out and say all sorts of things, and you know, they might even think they can't be traced. They can, of course. The majority of people aren't going to bother reporting anyone, you know, and the police probably can't be bothered. Who knows? They might. It depends. But who wants to go about doing that? Reporting people for comments on Facebook or YouTube. So for the most part, you just sort of ignore them. So I could have deleted this guy, and I decided not to. Some of his comments are going in the obnoxious box, and I've just sort of like allowed them. I don't even know why. I mean, I know the thing that he did say, I realised he'd watched the whole video, you know, rather than just not liking the look of it or something. And what a dumpling, yeah. So for me, the more comments, the better, you know. So I'm trying to build the channel up, and the algorithms, it's good if there's for a while. Sometimes I don't get that many comments. Unfortunately, it is quite annoying when the only comments you get are stupid comments or narcissistic comments. But then again, I am trying, I am sort of trying to provoke people in some sense, yeah, with my opinions, and I think you kind of, well, I believe you sort of have to do that, do you? You know, or is it going to be all fluffy? You know, maybe it'll be all fluffy, and I mean, maybe it takes a certain skill to not annoy people and be a decent person on YouTube and put out decent content without the angst, you know. But well, I don't quite do that. I don't think I go around annoying people all the time. But I do. Yeah, I'm opinionated, and I do opinionated as in I've got opinions, right? So I think you know, I can't like be on here and not have any opinions. You know, I've got opinions. If you seriously don't like them, you either challenge them in a constructive way or you move on. Or, yeah, I suppose you can comment, you do what the fuck you like, yeah? But I think this guy's only just made a fool of himself, actually. Anyway, so that's that. So we're going down to Falkirk Stadium. My phone says it's 11 degrees. I was thinking about putting the diesel heater on. But I don't think it's really that cold. It's quite a clear sky though, isn't it? I've been not well for like a week. I'm not mentally well for about a week. It's really fucking me right off. I don't know what's. I get these periods, yeah, where there's just nothing there. You know, and I'm just dragging myself out here to do this. And it's like I don't even need to do it. But I do it, and do I enjoy it? Well, I suppose so, yeah. It's quite good meeting people and chatting and all the rest of it. But I really need to look forward to getting away to Campbelltown, really. So I need to avoid lumberjacks and woodcutters. I've got the recycling side of things should get that tidied up probably by Thursday, because I said I was going to go on Monday or Tuesday, but I've not quite got it ready. I think, to be fair, I could have it ready by Wednesday, so I'm probably going to go to Falkirk on Wednesday with all that stuff in the back of the car. I'll just keep looking at the hotel in Campbelltown. I'm looking to get the rooms for 3 nights for roughly between £400 and £450. It goes up to like 570. I think there's a lot of golfing. There's a golf course near there, and it seems like there's a lot of golfers staying at that hotel. But I've kind of made up my mind that's the hotel that I'm going to go to stay in. And then once I do that, then we'll need to start thinking about the next trip. So I want to do probably more trips. So I think what I've noticed with the channel, and also myself, that if I do the same thing all the time, it gets a bit boring. And when I went to Lochern last Sunday, there was a lot of views. A lot of people viewed these videos, and I did quite well at Lochern as well. And I think it's as a result of just a bit of a change. You know, I think that's probably what it was. Right. So in you come. Right. Thank you. And so I think as far as the car boots go, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to keep going to Edinburgh on a Saturday. It's not really cost effective. But certainly coming here to Falkirk is because it's not using a lot of diesel, and it's the time as well. You know, if you drive into Edinburgh, the time. And this is this whole thing about the 20 zones I'm in. It's the time. You know, there's people go on and they just speak such bullshit. They're kind of like, they're trying to twist reality by saying that you could go and do a job. Say you're a carer, a plumber, a delivery driver, a roofer, fish merchant, a brickie, builder, car delivery, motor trade, baker, all these different things. They're trying to say that if you do 18 miles per hour, you know, that somehow it's going to be better for the economy. That's what this guy was saying to me on Facebook. What a complete cunt. You know, it's a lot of bullshit. It's not in the real world. We need to be in the real world. You know? So you're doing, like, if you're a carer, I did caring. So, like, some days I've got 36 visits. There's 36 people in a day. And generally it sort of fell into, like, it was breakfast, or, you know, like, have a shower, a wash, breakfast. And then there was sort of like lunchtime, and then you had sort of tea time, and then you had, well, more like the evening, you know, maybe a shower, medication, and all that sort of thing, get into bed. So basically you had, out of the 36 people, like, sort of like, maybe it was the same people like 3 times or 4 times a day. And basically you had all these people, and they'd looking at roughly about between, say, 7 in the morning to 10 in the morning, in all different villages in Clackmannanshire, and you had to get from one house to another house. You know, you didn't get any time for it. They didn't give you time to get from one place. So one place might have been Menstrie, the next one might have been in Clackmannan. You didn't get any time at all. They didn't pay you. So you weren't being paid, you know, to go. There's a real bear going in this fucking thing. You weren't being paid to go to these, to do these, you know. We'll just sit behind this truck, eh? Don't want to hassle him, he's turning right. Right, so we'll just sit right behind him. What is it? Right. So you didn't get paid. So it's the same with plumbers, it's the same with roofers, it's the same with all these people. Right? They don't get paid to travel. Right? And that's part of their job. That is part of their job. That's part of what they do, and that's how they do it. They travel from job to job. And so this idea that we can have these 20 zones is just so stupid, it's unbelievable. And these people are supposed to quite happily, you know, trudge along at 18 mile an hour. And I've got somebody going, where the fuck have you been? I've been waiting for you. I've got a leaking pipe, or I need my medication, or whatever it might be. You know, and it's like these fucking people, they are insane. These green communists, they are insane. And a lot of them, I noticed the guy who was talking to me, they speak from a prism of their own surroundings. So they'll speak from like an Edinburgh type ideology. They're in Edinburgh, so they don't have any conception about. Better not. Oh, they don't have any conception about fucking. The gears in this thing are getting stiff. First gear, I noticed getting into reverse was a bit of a hassle. The truck's away, but it doesn't matter, we're not in a hurry. You know. So you set these fucking lights on a nightmare. So I don't know what this script's going. The master saw what do you call it? Was it a slave cylinder? The hydraulic thing, that was done about 4 years ago. Maybe it's, I don't know, is it away again or what? It seems to be easier getting in the higher gears. Maybe I'm just not used to it. It seems to be alright now. I haven't driven it for about a week, so maybe that's what it is. Right, so we've got the middle lane here. Yes. I mean, so these people are insane. They are actually trying to destroy our lives with their nonsense bullshit. You know, with their green communist bullshit. All the while they're getting paid by the government. You know, they're living off some kind of ideological ideology, whilst the real world, you know, real people have real problems and they have to get by, and these people are just so blinkered. They don't care actually. I don't think they are, but I think they just don't care. They don't care about anyone. So they're pushing that nonsense. What the hell's going on over there? Yeah, what sight hurts. So yeah, it's about. Usually I'm here. What time do I normally get here? I think it's a bit later than I am at the moment, but not that much later. It's usually about 1:30 or something. So yeah, I mean, so people are so full of shit, you know. But you know, if you want to go and make comments, fine, do it. I'm trying not to block people. You know, I'm trying not to go in a huff with people. And I really did want to block this guy here. I was like, look, so you got to like try not to. I thought I'd kind of cracked it, that I wasn't getting emotionally involved with anyone, and this guy nearly got me actually. I'll admit it. I think he kind of nearly wound me up. And then I managed to rein it back in again. So you've got like, I've got to sort of, it's my channel, they're my comments. You know, I've got to be in control of them. Maybe that means that I'm controlling. Yeah, well maybe, aye. But so that's for my, you know, oh, the caravan's there. Yeah, the travellers are still here. Well, the travelling circus or whatever it is. Yeah, my daughter went to a circus, that was quite nice. She put pictures on the Facebook. I wish she'd contact me more. But that's another thing, I can't really help that, can I? You can't make somebody contact you, you know. Like, because I was watching the Still Game, and is it Victor? Jack, I'm getting them mixed up. One of them was phoning up his son, and his son didn't really want him to go and visit him. And I was thinking that's a wee bit, and I can sort of understand that, you know. I get that, you know. Fucking hell, they're early. Fucking 1 in the morning. Jesus. Fucking 1 in the morning. Oh, we've been looking at the. This is all the young team here. They're all there. Look at them. Oh, a certain BX. A BX. It's probably a GTI. Passat. Looks like quite a cool Passat. Now, what we might do here, I've got this van sitting here. What we could do is pull in right at this van. So either we go in front of the van, and that way I could get to bed. We'll go stay at this side here. Yeah. It's sitting quite far up. It was quite far up before, but yeah, I'm not sure what to do. I'll switch off. Right, so thanks for watching that video. I'd like to have a look at the cars actually, but it's quite cool, the guy having the BX, Citroen BX, a young guy flying around in a Citroen BX. That is quite cool. Right, thanks for watching. Bye. Please like, share and subscribe.